All right. So, here I am, asking the same question I've had since I had the bandwidth to wonder, how the hell am I even conscious? I'm not asking because I want answers. I'm not trying to build a religion or write a Medium article about my spiritual awakening. I'm just trying to point out how weird it is that I'm in here, watching this happen. There's this chatter behind my eyes, this silent loop where thoughts appear, and I pretend I made them, like I'm steering the ship, even though I only found the wheel after the boat was already moving. So I did what any semi-sentient meatbag does when it starts to overheat. I Googled it. Turns out, my brain is not one clean unit. It's a disorganized apartment complex full of neural modules, each yelling through paper-thin walls. Some deal with movement, some handle memories. Others light up when I see a taco. And somehow all these modules coordinate just enough to convince me I'm a single person. But I'm not. I'm a loosely organized meeting of biological factions, and none of them know who's really in charge. It's like a jazz band with no conductor, and everyone's half drunk on survival instincts. The purpose of all this crosstalk? Simple. Action. The system wants movement. Choices, motion, decisions that seem like mine, but really they're just patterns firing off in ways that worked well enough to keep my ancestors from walking into a volcano. And behind all that, dopamine. The carrot at the end of the chemical stick. I don't pursue joy because I'm enlightened. I pursue it because somewhere in my circuitry, there's a ping, a pleasant buzz that, do more of that sensation. Whether it's a warm meal, a flirty glance, or just the satisfying click of closing all your browser tabs. Same hit, same trick. And this whole chain reaction? It didn't start with me. It didn't start with an app or a screen. It started with my father's body twitching to a prehistoric beat. A primal urge he didn't choose, just like I didn't choose to be born as the consequence of that urge. That was the first domino. The rest? Reflex dressed up as meaning. See, the system was hijacked long before Wi-Fi. The blueprint was already written in sweat and impulse, long before the first tweet ever got ratioed. The internet didn't scramble us, it just revealed the circuitry. We're not addicted to tech. We're addicted to ourselves, our patterns, our cravings, the familiar routes the brain loves to travel. Technology just made the mirror bigger, brighter, and impossible to avoid. So no, I'm not here blaming my phone. I'm not weeping into a kombucha, mourning the loss of some authentic self. I don't think there was an authentic self. I think we're all just echoes stacked on top of echoes. Modules talking to modules. Scripts writing scripts, and I'm fine with that. I'm not sad. I'm not broken. I'm just awake inside the ride. I don't believe in total freedom, and I don't feel bad about that. I don't need the illusion of control to feel present. I just need a front row seat to the weirdness. You want to know what I think the self really is? It's the pause. The moment between the impulse and the action. Not the thing that causes the behavior, but the part that notices it. The stillness between waves. And in that space, there's room to laugh. Because if you don't laugh at it, you'll spend your whole life trying to edit a script you didn't write. Now, let's zoom out. You ever think about how many of your thoughts are just borrowed furniture? You didn't pick your fears. You didn't design your preferences. Most of what you call you was installed by repetition, accidents, luck, trauma, and stuff your fifth-grade teacher said while drinking a Diet Coke? We act like we decided who we are. But come on. You didn't design this operating system. You're just running it. All those memes about being your true self? Hilarious. You mean the self that formed as a defense mechanism at age 12? Or the one that gets real confident after 2 drinks? There's no one true version. There's just the current arrangement of influences. And it changes. All the time. And that's okay. Because while the modules run their programs and the dopamine tugs on your leash, there's still you, the witness, the observer in the cheap seats. And that version doesn't need to be fixed. It just needs to be aware. You want a hot take? Maybe free will was never the goal. Maybe the whole point is to see the machine and stay curious about it. To notice the programming without judging it. To ride the loop with your eyes open instead of pretending you're flying the plane? It's not a glitch to be built this way. It's the feature. And yeah, it's ridiculous sometimes. You'll watch yourself open the fridge 3 times in a row hoping a snack will materialize. You'll replay imaginary arguments in the shower like you're on trial. You'll fall in love with people who echo your childhood wounds and call it destiny. It's absurd. But it's our kind of absurd. Because under all the reflex and chaos and circuitry, there's a pattern. And the pattern is us. You're not above the code. You are the code. And the code is beautiful in its messiness. You don't have to transcend it. You just have to notice it. And maybe smile when you do. Because even if your thoughts were borrowed, even if your desires are preloaded, even if your self is a software patch built on lizard brain logic and bad dreams, there's still a signal in there worth tuning into. And that signal, that's what I call Sev. Not because it's special, but because it's awake.